Hello.
Hello?
Hello. Can you hear me? I don't work. It work.
Hello? Hello? Works? Yours is clearer too. Your video, your camera's better.
There? Okay.
Video, your camera's better. Okay, I think this should work, hopefully.
Okay, yeah. Oh, I'm not bringing the charger. So is it more?
Well, hopefully it lasts. 40 minutes. That's a good.
Okay, that's good. Okay.
Hello? Can you finally hear? Using a different computer now, so maybe it was just my bad computer.
Join.
Some seems to be working. I'm gonna go ahead and say it's working. Just let me know if it cuts off again, and then maybe we'll do a chat AMA.
Anybody here?
Yeah.
Okay. 2 people join.
Okay, I'm gonna begin even, hopefully it doesn't cut out, but pray it doesn't cut out. All right, one more time. All right.
Okay.
Welcome to the Top Network AMA.
Hello.
My name is Charles. I'm the PR director and technical writer here at Top Silicon Valley offices. I am joined here today by Taylor, our CTO. Before we get started into the questions and stuff, we're going to do a brief introduction about ourselves and about Top Network and kind of some of the things that are happening currently. So my role here at Top is as a writer. I do a lot of blog writing, articles, and technical writing. I also go to local meetups and do some talks and spread the word about Top. I work a lot with Taylor and our CEO, Steve, and CMO, Noah. Okay, so Taylor, would you like to introduce yourself?
Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to join today. And my name is Taylor Wei, CTO and VP of Engineer for Top Network. And I'm charging for the Top platform developing and researching stuff. So today, and I'm in Charles and our Top Silicon Valley office to answer your question here. Yeah, go ahead.
You want to give an introduction to Top?
Oh, yeah. We got a bunch of questions about Top Network, actually, related to Top Network. So I think we may give us some overview about what is Top Network. It'd be better. So Top Network actually is a full-stack blockchain platform for decentralized application. It compares the traditional project. It's not just only a public blockchain, it's a platform. So Top platform is have underlying high performance blockchain infrastructure like main chain, service chain, and also decentralized network and the storage database. Over that, we also have a service layer. Service layers including a bunch of the framework and tools to support application. And the top of actually is our top application ecosystem. There are a lot of the dApps with a pre-existing million users there. Our mission for top is for real world application, especially for those they require high frequency real time operations. So on the top of the goal is provide the all necessary tool and framework to let the development and operation of larger scale application is pretty easy and mostly free actually. Yeah.
Cool. All right, so I'm just going to go over some of the the recent updates with Top Network. As you guys probably know, we launched the mainnet in November of last year, and just last month we finally launched our staking program. So if you don't know what staking is, it's basically a concept where you lock your tokens up to help secure the network, and in return you earn rewards. So basically, with top staking, the longer you stake your tokens, the higher ROI you can potentially get. So we also actually just launched an early staking program to help support our early supporters. And basically, the first people to meet certain thresholds can get extra bonuses. So you can learn more about this on our Top Network website and through our staking portal. I'll tell you all about that and give you the details and step-by-step guides.
Yes, just a comment. Early join is more rewarding.
Yeah, early join, more reward. Yeah, so gotta get in there fast. And yeah, as for the future, there's a lot of developments happening this year. Main focus is finishing the mainnet, getting it all the way complete. And after that, we'll begin porting our apps and our users over to the top platform. So Taylor, could you just give us some update about the technical progress and how things are going at Top, and any things you want to share and hopes and thoughts about the future?
Okay, yeah. Yeah. Currently, we are hardly working on the development of mainchain, and we are very close to release the next version to support all feature on mainchain. And the next stage for us is more focus on service chain, or we call service chain framework. The goal is to let the developer is very easy create their own service chain without developing effort. So it's more like a one key issue, one service chain,
One-click service chain.
Yeah, one service chain, yeah, like. And also we are also working on improve our consensus mechanism, bring the more TPS and reliable, and also working bring in the new smart contract. We call application smart contract platform. They combine working with service chain. That it brings the power for the capability for developer. They are design and coding their own business logic.
Right.
Yeah. Currently, mainchain we are bringing the support the platform layer smart contract. That is not a tooling complete, but it is more safe and secure for assets.
Right.
So that's a different. Yeah. So it's we more shifted the focus on service chain and service chain framework.
Right.
Yeah.
Application layer stuff.
Yeah, application layer stuff.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and one more thing. We are putting a
yeah.
couple of applications. The application is on the top chain. Yeah, we need to mention one of the DApp, BitVPN, right now is more than 1 million users.
More than 1 million users.
Yeah, just one DApp.
Right. Yeah, we got more.
The other DApp is coming on the way.
Right. Come after BitVPN. Awesome. Sounds good. Okay, so yeah, we got a lot of submitted questions from before. So how it's going to work is we're going to post those questions in the chat. We're going to answer them. And if you guys have any questions during or after, feel free to ask them in the chat. We can answer them, during, or also if, at the very end, we'll go through any questions that you guys are asking and try to answer those as well. Okay, so yeah, if we could get the first question, I can post it too. Post it in the chat and then you can start answering. 1 second.
Okay, is like.
Actually, I could do it on mine. developer launch?
Okay, some guy asked one question, so we leave the question in the after the that. Yeah. So we go.
We can
for-
answer it. You can answer it however you want.
Okay, I can answer the question first. The community member is like they ask that can you explain what are the recently we suggested developer your platform? Yeah, currently we just opened the smart contract on Mansion. I mentioned the smart contract on Mansion. They have limited function. Is a non-tooling complete, but is safer, secured for assets. So if we do something is financial things, for like issue token, creators, we call TEP20 smart contract, that's fine. But if we do some very complicated business logic or Mansion, this is not encourage you to do that. It also is costless for that. So in short, currently, people is may working on a smart contract on Mansion with a limited financial function. And also we are working on SDK is support decentralized proxy and messaging, some stuff. So based on that SDK, you are developing your own decentralized communication application. But that is needed, the service chain is ready. So probably like you just can test on this kind of communication application or testnet. Okay, hopefully I answer your question.
Yeah. Okay, so this is our the first submitted question. So you guys can read the question here. I'm not gonna read the whole question, but basically it's we're living in the advent of 5G. How does that support TOP, or how does TOP support 5G? So basically, like 5G, of course, is going to be very important in the future, and it's going to bring about like a big revolution with IoT devices. And the thing with IoT devices is they create a lot of data, and a lot of times it's personal data. So you need basically a secure way to share data between IoT devices, preferably without servers. So TOP will provide like an IoT framework that allows people to easily share data between IoT devices without using any servers. So that's going to be a big plus for privacy and even speed in some cases, because you don't need to always route to a centralized server somewhere. You know, if you have an IoT home device and it's recording audio and these kind of things, you don't want that being sent to some centralized server somewhere and then back to your other IoT device, which is 2 feet away, right? So peer-to-peer things, edge computing, these types of things, or blockchain can really help with those types of applications. Also, I would say, like, as these IoT devices create lots of data, the data becomes very valuable. And what blockchain can do, and particularly TOP, is you can create like a data sharing market where you have smart contracts that can autonomously allow these IoT devices to buy and share data between each other. And to do that, you really need a really high frequency blockchain. So TOP is particularly well suited for these types of applications because we're built for high frequency. Yeah, and then
probably I can add a comment.
Yeah,
actually, I've got a lot of requests about how when TOP support IoT service chain. Is a bunch of real world demand there.
All right, like real world businesses are asking you, like, when will we have the IoT framework?
Lot of the manufacturer actually.
Manufacturers.
Yeah, because they have created the TV, washing machines, and that they prepare smart home.
Right.
So they need a blockchain to support that. But currently they don't find some blockchain to meet their requirement because current blockchain mostly designed for financial sense and not for real world user.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's a total difference here. Yeah. I think that's a good direction.
That's very good. Yeah. So yeah, basically, recap what you just said. There's real businesses right now. They're searching for someone who can kind of support their needs. In manufacturers, like you're saying too, as well. Smart home manufacturers. So they've approached us wanting to know when our IoT service chain will be ready. So that's good. That means there's demand for this kind of this kind of this application. And there's a second part to the question, which was, so while studying something about storage, and so how does Top compete against regular and traditional storage solutions like Google Drive and Dropbox? We're right here. The second part of the question. So yeah, just real briefly, like decentralized storage versus centralized cloud storage. The benefit of decentralized storage is that is mostly privacy and security, right? If you give your personal data to store on a centralized cloud service provider, you're basically just giving your data away, and it's freely sellable and it's not private. So that's an area where decentralized storage has a large benefit. And also, just like in terms of DApps, if you build a DApp but you don't use decentralized storage and you use centralized storage, it kind of defeats the purpose of it being a DApp, a decentralized application in the first place. So, and then so here's other questions asked.
Yes.
Yeah, hey, we can answer them as we go. We'll just answer. Hey guys, BitVPN is first app to be ported. Do you think the current users are interested in blockchain? Would they benefit from holding tokens? And if so, is there a strategy to market to them?
Yes, a good question. Yeah, I think currently most users related BitVPN, actually they just kind of interesting or know the blockchain stuff. So it's just like any other application or industry, the new thing. So we need time to educate them. That's why we bring the BitVPN to integrate other stuff about the blockchain. For example, like token listing,
right,
to let people know what's the value of the token, so they know, okay, there's a real thing, real value. They will be more interesting on the blockchain. So in short, is we need some time to educate people, but that is right away. A lot of people, they interesting there, they know there.
Yeah, I think VPN in particular is a good. Most people who use VPNs are interested in privacy and security and these type of things. And if you can explain to them that like using a centralized VPN, you're not only are you not secure, you're sometimes in more danger because you're giving some third party complete access to all your browsing history, right? While if you have these decentralized systems with multiple hops and all these different extra security benefits, those are the type of things that VPN users would like. And this type of network is facilitated by the token. So yeah, I would say VPN is definitely a good starting point for blockchain.
So BitVPN, we call decentralized VPN, not only for blockchain, actually it brings a real value on VPN industry. Most people know it like a VPN provider or company. Actually, some company sell data to other people to make profit, but you don't know. You just use their VPN. The VPN actually they know everything. You go to where it was website you access, how long you stay. Based on those information, they can make a lot of profit, sell data. So decentralized VPN give the user a complete, secure, private way, because it's peer-to-peer, nobody, no company on the middle control everything. So even just on BitVPN is a very bright future in there. That's will disrupt the VPN industry actually.
Yeah, I agree. Let's see. Sound is good. Actually, I am from Sri Lanka, so I invite you to create a local group for us. Okay. We'll work on that.
Okay.
I can figure out they're gonna. Okay, message us in Telegram, and we can talk to you about those kind of things, starting groups in different regions. We're definitely interested in that. Yes, it's live stream. Okay, so then we can go on the next. Can we post the next submitted question?
Okay, a lot of people is there. IoT, Chinese call 物联网. Yes, that's a very good direction. We are really working on that one.
Let me get the next question.
Yes, we have a bunch of service chain on the pipe to supporting. To right now in like a VPN service chain and the IoT service chain is our higher priority on that one. That's why we have two teams, each one working on that one. So thanks everybody. think could you remove this window?
Yeah. Okay, so
Okay.
question number 2, submit it.
Okay, let me see.
Yeah, quick, Sky.
Be like just quit that.
That's fine. What we can do. Okay.
Okay.
Number 2. So, what are the advantages of Top Network? Also, what is your strategy to attract users and investors to your platform? All right. So, one of the advantages of Top Network, as opposed to many other blockchains, is that we already have existing apps and a lot of users. That's something it's very unique compared to other blockchains. Besides all the technical stuff, which is also unique.
Mhm.
But so that's a large advantage. As for our strategy, the first part of our strategy is to kind of jumpstart the ecosystem on our own. Since we already have these existing apps with all these millions of users, we're actually up to 100 million users now on the 3 Apting Tone overseas. So lots of users. But yeah, our strategy is to jumpstart the ecosystem ourselves by porting our existing apps over and also creating in-house development teams. So we have a gaming in-house development team. They're creating several gaming dApps. I believe it's 10 smaller ones and 2 larger scale ones. So those will be ported over as well, or they'll be developed on Top Network. So already, before we even begin marketing to third-party developers, we already have these existing apps with many millions of users and our in-house apps as well. So you start jumpstarting the ecosystem, it looks a lot more enticing to third-party developers. Third-party developers don't want to develop on a platform that has 0 users on the platform. They want to develop on a highly used platform. Cool.
Okay, it's question 3.
Yeah, question 3.
Is about 5G and the IoT as well. A lot of people.
Yeah, they like IoT.
IoT care about that. Yeah, that's a big chance, a big business for that.
Mm.
Yes. As for 5G and IoT, I think the security, privacy, and cost is very critical for 5G and IoT, especially security privacy. But comparing the centralized solution, blockchain definitely can bring the major security benefit. They're P2P, no company is holding in the middle. Let me give you the example, maybe it's a smart home, for example. You have a lot of machine device in your home. So everybody is very concerned with the cameras,
right.
TV,
Security cameras, and things
echo
like that.
device, recording something my privacy, really concerned that.
Yeah.
So if you think about it, if some company manages this device in your home, you really think of the easy one, easy, you could be worried about that one. So without the blockchain, or we call P2P technology, the centralized solution of smart home is totally be big problem. Even facing the challenge by legal government. As you know, a lot of government is the issue the laws, they prevent the manufacturers create data from the home, from device. So in that case, what kind of platform technology can make this device machine work together, organized by their own?
Right.
Yeah. What into the machine-to-machine communication, even the payment. So that is only choice blockchain.
Right.
I think this is a really good direction is that on. That's it. I think is like secret and also is the smart home is a big business for
big market.
A big market across global world. So a huge amount of device on there. If there's some company or manufacturer, they manage their own server to set up their connection, so be big cost for them.
Right.
So even the cost point of view in blockchain is not only solution, but it can bring some opportunity for the manufacturers that brings another option for them. Okay. So this is actually is also a challenge for the IoT 5G because of a huge amount of device involving. They need a real-time communication transaction and a huge amount of data created every day. So if we using blockchain technology on that kind, which means the blockchain have a totally new design. They need a totally high TPS, horizontal scale, and the low cost running on that. It's not like a Bitcoin, to be cost to support a small business like that.
Yeah.
So all of this, I think, top blockchain platform is on the unique position to support the real world counter demand requirement. And also our design is face them. Yeah.
I would just even pose the one example of, like those ring things that they have the camera on the outside. They can track when you're in or out of your house. So if you don't have like a peer-to-peer architecture, you're sending all this data to servers. It's very easy for man-in-the-middle attacks.
Yes.
And you can even imagine someone like getting that data. Oh, they know when you get in your house, when you leave your house. That's very even just that simple data is very valuable and kind of sensitive. So you can kind of prevent a lot of those leaks with peer-to-peer architectures.
Actually, for security industry, they have we have famous law. If you use data, must be somewhere, sometime somebody sees the data else. So that's why Facebook, they have get a big lesson from that.
Right.
That's why they try to create end-to-end encryption for a social application.
Yeah, WhatsApp.
Because even those big companies still cannot prevent the data leak.
Right, yeah. So you need end-to-end encryption.
The only way is totally don't say that.
Right, yeah. Total encryption.
Yeah, so that is we say think the blockchain to bring the security, privacy on the product and social.
So can you give us some ideas what the games will be like?
I think right now is not a good time to announce that. We're still working on, but it's not a small game. It's a big game. A lot of people can work playing on. We're fun.
Real mobile games, like not gambling apps, like games that you can actually play and like have fun with, not just to make crypto money off of. So.
Exactly. We try to combine the gaming and the blockchain token economic together. We try to create a new model for gaming industry. So is that something like we call it like a tryout, or maybe like the first version is not really perfect for as our expectation, but we think that is the right direction for gaming industry. Not only how to play funny, but it also make money.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, mixing fun with like also like real economic value and
exactly.
Like you have the chance to get real money, real value. Both games. Okay. What is the full? Will Top Network utilize Elastos in the future? I mean, there's always opportunities for collaboration. I don't know if either will use it or not. What do you think?
What's the full meaning of top? Okay, that's a good question.
Is that okay? I'll just say we'll probably get to those.
Top is the famous big word. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, like what is the actual meaning of the word
what's
top?
Meaning? Yeah, what top?
Oh, well,
it's
Telos, right?
Yeah, Telos. Yeah. We call Telos our operation protocol.
Right.
It's more like the beginning with the top is like we created the decentralized protocol so that every endpoint can interact with each other. So we need to create one unique protocol that is standard and open and can access everybody.
And that's the Telos protocol?
Yeah, Telos protocol.
T stands for Telos, for those of you who are wondering.
Communication. There's a beginning. We're at the beginning. Right now, the top is more meaning than that one.
Right. Yeah. Gotcha. All right, I'm gonna post the next question.
What's the next question?
Okay. So there are so many public chains around. How will Top Network win the competition? Okay. So I would say Top Network is arriving kind of at an ideal time because we've had the opportunity to look in the past of like what other projects have tried and what has worked and what hasn't worked. And that coupled with the fact that like Top has a very large kind of inexperienced technical team. So we've been able to learn a lot from the past and kind of really quickly implement what we now think is the best direction to go, much faster than most other projects could do, because they don't have the resources and the large development team. Like, we already had a lot of these developers before this even began. So it's like a experienced technical team, hindsight, couple that with very fast research and development, and we think that gives you an advantage in terms of the technical development. How will Top Network win the competition? Well, that's again back to the users and existing apps. Like, that's a really big advantage. Like, starting an ecosystem from 0 users versus starting an ecosystem where you have 100 million users to draw from is a big difference. So I think that will give us a big edge besides the technical part.
I think the question is a little misunderstanding in how Top Network wins the competition. I think it's like Top is in the unique lane. Is compared to other blockchain publishers.
Okay, that's
as
a
I
good
mentioned.
Point,
we more focus on real world application. The real world application means they need a real requirement about, for example, real time operation, high frequency, and quickly fast, high TPS, whatever this kind of thing. But those a lot of other blockchain more focus on financial token,
DeFi
assets, DeFi, something like that.
Yeah, we're non-DeFi.
We're not DeFi. We're different lane. Yeah. So this kind of lane, we think we are in a unique position in so far no other project is like Top. That's why we call Top is called Top Blockchain Platform. It's not called public chain. Is designed for is bring the all necessary tool and for all development and operation of large scale application. So it's different position,
different niche,
different definition.
More focused on things like communications and gaming and possibly like social networking or something one day. And
IoT,
those kind of things. Less so on the DeFi aspect, which is more like what Ethereum and those types of blockchains.
Yeah, but I have more saying of course the technology is at the middle. I think you can use it anywhere, any industry, and business is fine.
Right.
So Top blockchain, they will bring the whole thing. So what your business application you want to build is based on your requirement. You can choose the different service layer, combine together to create your own unique business application. It's fine. So we provide the framework of services. That's why we say we provide the high performance blockchain infrastructure, like a main chain, service chain, storage and the network, and provide a lot of the service framework and the tools to support the application. So you layer by layer, so the support is a different application, different direction. So we're not limited on the communication the industry.
Yeah, it could be for general, but we just tend to.
But just at the beginning, we put our communication app.
Right.
That is say we call it communication first.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'll post the next question.
Oh, so we have a lot of questions left.
Yeah, we might not be able to get to them all.
How about question 5? Yeah.
Why not?
Could Angelica post the next one? Oh, it's too long.
Fine, yeah.
It's too long.
Yes, those questions we collect from the community members. So we try to answer one by one. But also in the meanwhile, we may answer some small questions from the live chat.
Okay, I'll this one.
So this is the next question.
Okay, the question is another question. Many blockchain projects claim a lot, but fail to achieve in many cases. So what's your winning strategy? Yes, that's it. That's the why we say Top is a difference, because the Top is first of all is we have a lot of engineer team. a lot of engineers there.
Mhm.
They're working on that, not just to say issue token, something like that.
Mhm.
So we really want to make blockchain to working for real application. And also we believe that is future, is bright future for this kind of direction.
Mm.
So we create a blockchain is not only just porting our own application. We think they can really change something for the industry. So that's one thing. Second thing is we just mentioned a lot of engineers visited there, about 100 engineers there. So the big investor compared to other projects is a huge team. Yes, compared to centralized company, it's small.
Compared to Facebook, not big, but compared to other
but
blockchain
decentralized
startup,
blockchain project, there's a big number there. So we invest a lot of things. We are heavily working on invest there, so we must work on that, something like that. The third one is blockchain. Actually, the behind the technology behind the blockchain is we very familiar. Actually, in the past 20 years, in the past 20 years we work in distribute storage, distributed communication, P2P network, VPN, some stuff, and also create a secure private message application like CoverMe. So all of the technology is combined together. Actually, is a foundation with blockchain. So that is we're good start compared to other projects. Yeah. So we have a lot of experienced engineer. We have knowledge build the blockchain.
Right.
Yeah. And also we build give it the right business model. We putting existing the app to a blockchain, so bring the real user there. So we have the technology platform user. So that's a different story, different strategy on compare other projects. I think we will be win.
Yes. All right. Why does Top Network have many types of nodes? At the current price of the token, it may not be economically profitable to run a node. Actually, the second part was how will you prevent it from not being economically profitable to run a node? So first, why does Top have many types of nodes? I would say that's for like a few reasons, right? For one, it's if you split up the node duties to many different types of nodes, each node doesn't have to have so many resources, less resources to run a node, which helps with decentralization. Because if each node has to do every single job, then each node is going to have to be mega powerful, and it's going to lead to centralization. So that's one of the reasons why there's many types of nodes. And what was the second part? At the current price of the token, it may not be economically profitable to run a node. Okay, yeah. So as far as being economically profitable, right now it should be economically profitable to run a node. If for some reason in the future it is not economically profitable to run a node, I believe we can use on-chain governance to tweak the parameters, and this will happen democratically. You'll see more about our governance structure, on-chain governance structure in the future soon. Stakers and nodes will be able to democratically kind of change certain parameters of the system. And one of those will be the reward distribution. So if the ROI becomes unprofitable, then this might be able to be changed.
What's the next? Faster.
Yeah, you will agree with me that adoption and utility are key to any project's survival and success. So what's being done to drive global adoption of Top amidst crypto regulations, legislation, and competition? Okay.
Long question.
Yeah, long question. So of course, adoption and utility are the end goals. Adoption will first come from, like we've mentioned before, our large existing user base. I know I say this a lot, but that's adoption, right? So it's going to come a lot from that and a lot from our in-house development teams at first. Of course, once we get the ecosystem going, we have some users in there. We'll target more towards third-party developers as well, because once you get the ecosystem going, it's a lot more enticing to developers to build on your platform. So that's as far as adoption. And then there was a question about like regulations. How will you deal with those kind of regulations? So I think one of the best ways to deal with these regulations is to make yourself as much as a utility as possible. So because there's always the debate about utility tokens versus security tokens, and that's where the trouble comes in. So if your platform is really being used for utility purposes, and the token is being used for utility purposes, you can avoid a lot of these things. So basically, yeah, make sure that the token is utility, which it is. Top is used to pay for communication services. It's used for on-chain resources. It's used for staking and voting, power, and these types of things, which are all utilities. So as long as your platform is being used for real purposes and utility purposes, and people are not just buying a token in hopes of it, buying a token that has no use, and the only use of it is for it to go up in price, you can usually avoid a lot of these kind of regulation problems. Make sense?
Make-
Okay. Questions of it?
The next question is who will be the top network customers?
Oh, yeah. Perfect. Oh, you got it. Oh, I got it posted there.
Okay.
Who will be the top network customers? All right, did it work?
Oh, yes.
Okay, so yeah, who will be the top network customers? Well, so there's not necessarily customers per se on top. It's more people build applications on top, and then those applications get customers. So basically, any type of application that can be built on top, the potential customers are, like, for instance, if you build a VPN app on top, people who use VPN apps are potential customers. So those are potential customers. Just it depends on what kind of apps are built. So yeah, those. Would you have anything to add to that?
Yeah. Just as I said, it depends on what application you create.
Mhm.
The application they get into user as there.
Yeah.
So I think there's who will be the top network customer. We think it could be divided two categories. One is what kind of developer will be using top.
You're right, the developer.
Yeah, developer. Another is the end customer. So for developer side, just you mentioned in we have the top blockchain platform is open. It's open for everybody, and the technology can support a wide technical requirement. So, but of course, we will more emphasize like communication, gaming, IoT, that kind of thing is. But that's I just mentioned it is like open platform, which means
You can build anything on it.
Yeah, third-party application, third-party service can also bring the framework.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, not only our own service.
Yeah, like we'll be building services for communications and gaming, but other people can build frameworks on top as well. So someone could build, for instance, like a social networking service or platform that other people can use to build DApps, which would eventually get on end customers.
Even the DeFi, like some service can introduce our framework.
DeFi. DeFi
become part of our service framework.
Right.
So those service platforms can leverage our underlying the blockchain infrastructure. That's why we divide the top network into different layers.
Right.
So each layer can allow the third party join together, so becomes better than better for the platform. So that's why we say the top network and top blockchain is open platform.
Right.
Yeah. We provided the framework to everybody to plug in the service and the infrastructure and application as well. Yeah.
Okay. Number 8. What is the next DApp after Dingtone, CoverMe, and SkyVPN? How do you acquire developers and users for these DApps? Well, I mean, the next DApps after our communications ones are going to be gaming mostly, right? So yeah, our in-house gaming team is gonna, like we said, is gonna be releasing a lot of gaming in the next year or next coming months. What was the next part of the question? How do you acquire developers and users for these dApps? Well, acquiring users. So I keep keep reiterating the many users that our current dApps have. If there's a lot of users in the ecosystem already, it makes it easier to like cross market towards those users. So for instance, in like High Wallet, we can cross advertise, right, between people who are using the communications apps and potential users for the gaming dApps. So it makes it easier to acquire users for the gaming dApps if you already have users in the ecosystem. Okay. Are we on track for BitVPN to be migrated to the main chain this quarter, Q1 2020?
Yeah, we are working on that one.
Working on it?
Yeah, working on that.
On track?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So yes. Cool. And next question, number 9.
Yeah, you can bring your laptop. Let me use that one. The question is
Okay. What problem is Top network solving? Is it just like every other public chain? In what way is it different? Yeah, so Top is, again, it's not just a public chain. It's a public chain. It's a full stack platform. So a lot of projects, they're really just focusing on building the public chain. They're not focusing on all the surrounding aspects of a full DApp platform. Just like in the traditional application development world, there's application development platforms, right? A lot of projects are just focusing just on the public chain. Top is focused on building a full stack platform. So that is how it's different than public chain projects. And also, how is it different? Again, we focus a little more on non-DeFi applications, which is kind of unique in the space, focusing more on the communications and gaming, less on the DeFi, although you can still use DeFi, of course. So we're kind of heading down a unique path, and is it just like every other public chain? In what way is it different? Yeah, and even in terms of the technical stack, like we built Top Chain from the ground up. Like it's a totally different architecture, different than pretty much any other architecture out there. And of course, we're trying to tackle sharding, which is something that I don't think anyone has really done, like comprehensive sharding. There's transactional sharding, but there hasn't been really a platform yet to release full state sharding, full computation sharding, full network sharding. So that's kind of where Top Network, these areas where Top Network stands out.
okay. Next question is 10. Yeah. Okay. What's the advantage of using 3-layer, and how does it solve the core problem? So the question must be from some engineer stuff, like 3-layer. Okay. So actually, the 3-layer concept on the top network is we have two. First is 3-layer ledge, now called 3-layer sharding. So let's just one by one. So why we introduce a 3-layer ledge? The biggest problem for blockchain is like DApp and the smart contract running on single chart. So congestion is a big problem.
Single chain.
Single chain. So the DApp and the smart contract bother each other. So in that case, how to separate them? So the top strategy is introduce service chain. So we have a bunch of different service chains. They focus on different domain application and business logic. So in that case, is different service chain you can scale up. And one more, we also introduced the offer chain we call data channel. They increase the scalability, and also solve the problem is storage, huge amount of data storage. Sense. So we call vertical thing, like we have a main chain, a different service chain, and offer chain. There is a 3-layer ledger. And also we have the horizontal on the three layer sharding. We call inside the chain 3-layer sharding. So that's the 3-layer like called room plus and sharding. We also that one. So that it brings on the horizontal scale inside of the shard. So brings the high TPS and faster the confirm time, no forking, something like that. So Competitor in like we use this kind of 2-dimension technology, so solve the traffic problem introduced by hard application smart contract, and also is like a low cost or the running cost, I mean the operation cost for TPS. This is very important for small business, so small application, because most application is, DApp even, they is free for end customer. So how do they get money? if the operation cost, they need to pay a lot to the blockchain platform.
Right.
They lost the profit. They continue to discontinue with it. So that we invest a lot on technology, like we not only increase the TPS, we also down the cost of each TPS. So that's kind of a lot of complicated technology involved in the blockchain. That's the goal. So we're not just a technical guy, we also consideration for business guy,
right.
application guy,
side,
That's the key.
Yeah, you need to be able to make sustainable business models, otherwise no one's going to build anything on your platform.
So what next question? Let me find the next question. Oh, that is a long question. Let me post on the live chat.
It's too long. You gotta erase that.
Too long? Okay.
6 characters too long.
Maybe we need a long fast. And I'll be the post after the question is there.
Yeah, so what are the advantages of using, no, that's the last one. Oh, yeah. Yeah, as a high performance blockchain, the TPS is at the core of blockchain scalability discussions. What's the point of having high TPS? I think the last part of the question that didn't fit on there was, is it just to boast higher TPS numbers than your rivals? So yeah, what's the point of having high TPS? TPS is not the only part of blockchain scalability, but it is an important one, right? Like for high frequency applications, if you don't have high TPS, it's just not going to work. So like communications, that's part of the reason why we started building a blockchain in the first place a couple of years ago, was because no blockchain had high enough TPS to support things like communication applications. So I know TPS is kind of a meme in a sense, where like people just like, oh, I have the highest TPS, so I'm the best. That's of course not true. It's about being able to have high TPS while remaining decentralized and secure, but also things like being able to handle large amounts of data. Like that's another part of scalability. So TPS is not the only part of scalability, but it is very important. And no, it's not just to boast that we have higher TPS numbers than other projects, because in the end, it's which platform can support an application, a real world application, not just which platform has the highest TPS. Okay. Oh, you posted a bunch.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, next one. What do you think is the importance of the mainnet? So, okay. So the mainnet is, of course, it's important. Mostly, releasing a mainnet, it confirms viability in your design, basically. So now that we released the mainnet, we know that our design is practical and viable. It still has, of course, work to go, but it means that we're just one step closer to having a working platform that can start hosting our applications. So, importance of the mainnet. Okay, you want to answer 13?
13. Oh, that technical question, yeah. Why did you choose the PBFT mechanism? Okay. Yeah. Actually, like just I mentioned, like top of blockchain platform is designed for real application. So we need a low cost mechanism for consensus. Just everybody knows the Bitcoin that's working the huge energy cost.
Right.
So they cannot working on this cheap business, cheap application, even free one. But that's the prevent they working on the more industrial, maybe just only focus on the token, golden token. So back to the question, like, so when we choose the mechanism, we need the low cost, low energy, but I need a fast confirmation and no forking. So if we're looking all around those conditions, probably the PBFT is the best option for us.
Right.
Yeah. But of course, the PBFT is have some shortcut. We probably like when the node join more and more, the TPS and performance downgrade very quickly. So that's a challenge for PBFT. That's why Many project is just use PBFT. They just get achieve maybe 1,000 TPS is the maximum like that.
Right.
That's a bottleneck there. So PBFT must work with the sharding technology. So how sharding works really, I mean, with a complete full stack sharding, how work we need is a parallel working on that. So that's why we introduce the dagger structure. We call it lattice dagger structure. So that will let us divide each account. Means each account have a micro chain on that one. So each account can do their own PBFT consensus mechanism. So that's a parallel mechanism that our TPS grow very fast and down the cost is very low. So yeah, answer the question is what's the advantage of the PBFT over DAG? That's the point. That let us leverage PBFT's benefit and advantage. Also, you leverage the DAG's, the lattice DAG's advantage. So combine together to bring the we call full stack sharding, comprehensive sharding. That big
Full state shard, yeah.
Yeah, full stack sharding.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Question 14 is, we kind of answered that kind of question already, so I'm going to skip that.
Oh, yeah. Maybe you can choose one because
Yeah.
we are running on time in like
Oh, yeah.
50
So
minutes.
we'll do this one, and then we'll do maybe another one, and then make sure to, if you guys have any questions now, be sure to start listing them, and we can answer them as well. But yeah, I'll go for this one. As far as I know, TOP is a utility token and not a payment currency. However, one of TOP's partners is Tripio. So what does it mean that TOP token has become a payment method on Tripio? Well, I would say this question's not too bad because, payment is a type of utility. I know some people say like payment tokens that are only for payments, but like payment is a utility. Like you pay for services, that's a utility, right? What something that's not a utility would be a security, and securities aren't just used for just to hold as an investment. So basically, payment is a utility. Payment method is a utility. That's just one. It's just one utility of TOP. Though TOP has a lot of other utilities as well, like staking and voting and being able to deposit for on-chain resources. Lots of other utilities as well, but payment is one of them. So that's for that one. See if there's any other more unique one or like more. Yeah, let's go for.
What's the roadmap vision for Highwire?
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah,
Roadmap vision for Highwire.
Yeah. So yeah, what's in the future for High Wallet?
So Highwire is our vision is that is not only a one wallet. Of course, they have wallet function. They integrate all of the listing token. They can transfer, manage their key. This kind of common function for wallet. But high wallet is more like their endpoint of top blockchain. So they in the future they will be integrated deeply with a service layer, service framework. It's more like we call light OS. It's like they is like endpoint. It's like they can bring sure everything.
Oh, like a light client?
Yeah, if they can running client on a high wallet.
I see.
Yeah. For example, like maybe the people will be say blockchain recommend some D app on the high wallet. And also you can very quickly using high wallet function to buy some game token. So in the game application, maybe it's just like you install our iOS device. You when you need the token, you just one click. Okay, they bring the high wallet app and buy the token automatically like that one.
Oh, so you'll have exchange services as well.
Yeah,
Exchange
exchange services.
We'll have
just the future. I'm not guaranteed,
now,
but
yeah.
But the vision is we say the high wallet is not only just a
It's an
wallet.
entry point.
Yeah, their entry point.
Possibly fiat entry point as well.
Yeah, possible. So that's you can imagination is like but we're not limited to that one.
Right. It's not just the wallet. It's-
Yeah, but right now we working on the wallet, high quality wallet. Is very good user experience wallet. Yes, it's good user experience.
Good user experience. Yeah.
You can compare other wallet. I use a lot of wallet. So far, high wallet.
Yeah. It's very it's
Not only
simple,
the best
yeah.
one, but it will close the best one in that one.
And it says, will you be able to convert BEP2 top for staking soon? I think it's going to integrate. It should be integrating staking soon into High Wallet.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
It
Yes.
should be- that's happened soon, right?
Yeah. So will be the token holder will easily
Easily be able to stake through High Wallet.
join
Yeah.
the staking program. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that should be happening soon. I'm just gonna do this one. Yeah, this is what are the big achievements Top Network has achieved after the mainnet launch? So, I mean, basically most of the work has been in improving the mainnet and in fixing bugs and stuff, I would say, right? But
Yeah.
one of the big achievements is, of course, we launched our staking. We've done a lot of working on staking lately. Launched our staking last month. It still has some upgrades to go, and we still got to launch the node registration program.
Yes.
So-
After mainnet launched, is we put some effort on the one is like design a new service framework,
New service framework.
service chain framework,
Mhm.
and a new smart contract platform. Even introduce new language for smart contract. Also, we need to keep a current existing chain going forward with a more reliable, so fix the bug
Right.
and do code audit, and also support a staking program as well.
Mm.
So the bunch of things on the different direction and working on same time.
Mm.
Yeah. So a lot of things. Yeah.
So we're about at an hour now.
Any other question on the live chat?
I don't think we missed any from above.
Okay, but we probably answer all of them.
I mean, we can do one. Let's do one more. We can do one more. So let's do. Top's competitors. How about that? Oh, we got a question. When is all development going on visible on GitHub? This one.
Yeah, and we are planning open most of our code on GitHub soon. Yeah, but not all. We just maybe just keep some key module on the private. The reason is the copy paste is
Right.
so
You don't want
free.
to provide all the code because then it'd be just too easy for someone just to.
Yeah, someone
fork
just
the
create
whole thing.
another top chain,
Right,
like say is top chain version 2, they issue the token.
Right.
And we bring the confusion for our developer and community, something like that.
Mm.
So we step by step open our code on GitHub.
Yeah. So yeah, not all is visible, but a lot of it is visible.
Yeah.
Just it's for purposes of not copy pasting. We don't want to have it completely open yet.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay, so let's do this question, and I think we can probably end it then. So, who are Top's competitors besides Telegram? What are the strengths that will help Top to overcome these competitors? So I would say two of the main competitors are Ethereum and EOS. I mean, not everyone's direct competitors, but just if we had to choose someone
Mhm.
besides Telegram, EOS and Ethereum are largely, they're considered DApp platforms. I would say that they're not totally full platforms as Top is. So that's where Top has kind of an advantage. Like we have this 3-layer kind of platform situation where you have the infrastructure layer, where we have the top chain, we have the service chains, and we also have decentralized file storage and decentralized database functionality. So that's all just the infrastructure layer. Then we have the service layer where we provide all these, abundance of tooling developer frameworks, and really industry-specific frameworks as well, like communications. So people can like really easily build communications apps, or gaming, so people can easily build gaming dApps. That's not really something that these other platforms have. And then we also have the application layer, right, where we have all these users who are I would say they're high quality users that we have on our current existing applications. They're also users that would seem to fit naturally into like a decentralized ecosystem, right? Like there are people who are searching for privacy, like in CoverMe. CoverMe is an encrypted messaging app and encrypted file storage and imaging and stuff. So they're already very focused on things like privacy. Same thing with VPN users. So high quality users that are also relevant users.
Yes, I think in like even you mentioned the Telegram and the US and Israel. Actually, none of these are competitors.
Yeah, they're not direct competitors. If we had to say a competitor, because we don't focus directly on the same types of.
Even the Telegram he's most likely is a piece of a top blockchain.
Right.
They bring the decentralized communication app. But we bring the decentralized communication framework and app.
Right.
Of course, the framework also can work on other business and application. So that's a different layer. I mean, not compatible actually.
Right. Yeah. It's just if you had to choose. If I understand what you're saying, because they're not. We have like a much more service layer focus.
Yeah. So one more thing I want to mention here in like blockchain technology come out is also more like over 10 years, a little over 10 years. Why not the blockchain not change the world big? I mean, the blockchain technology very hard, but it's just few industrialists involved in using the technology. Why not like the internet is changing the whole world, a lot of industry.
Right.
Yes, there's some limitation from the technology of blockchain, but I think it's one of the biggest problem is like for developer, it is very difficult to develop some real demand, real use case application. They need to handle everything.
Right.
So current blockchain, they lack of a lot of things. Not all centralized, they have a lot of infrastructure, service provide, SDK tools.
Right.
They can just choose a random pick of them and combine together to create their own application. That maybe the good user building application. But decentralized is a total different story. So that is a big problem, also is a big opportunity for everybody. Yeah, so that's thing we TopNet, we invest a lot on this kind of way. We think that is leverage our existing user, like existing technology and experience, engineering as well, can create this kind of thing to solve part of the problem. So let the application develop, maintain a large scale application dApp is quite easy. That is our goal. So that's it.
Yeah, thanks for coming. Okay, so there was actually a couple questions that asked in Telegram that they're like quick questions that we can just do real fast. Yeah, just say, hey guys, when are we going to see apps and users on the mainnet? Would like to see the mainnet getting some use. So yeah, I mean, when would you estimate? I know it's hard to estimate, but when would you estimate that we're going to see our first users from BitVPN or any other app? Any rough estimate?
Yeah. Actually, in like current BitVPN is still running on testnet,
right? And
we already putting on them. We be soon will be on the mainnet.
Okay.
So once that is, you will see suddenly the million users on the mainnet. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So
don't worry about that. Yeah. We just want to step by step make sure the
testnet
mainnet
then slowly port over to mainnet.
Yeah. Because it have real users there. They don't disrupt their user experience.
Right. Yeah. They port over without even knowing really.
Yeah. Don't feel the break when we transfer to mainnet. So we do care for it. So that's we need to consider the user.
Makes sense. Yeah. Next one. It's lagging.
Okay. Pretty. I think is probably mostly here.
Yeah. Token value can be volatile. How will this affect the services you offer? Yeah, I don't think it will really affect it that much. Yes, tokens are volatile, but like if you have a platform that's very high throughput and very low fee, you just base the prices off of fiat value, fiat equivalent value. So if you just charge something like I want to charge like instead of charging in top tokens, charge in dollar equivalent, and eventually you're gonna get these like Oracle systems and things that can get market data in real time and just price it based off of fiat in the future, I think. So that should not be a real big problem.
Okay.
And finally, there's one last question, which was,
Okay. Are we running out of time?
yeah, well, it's okay. It's just approximate.
Okay. They're also running out of battery.
Oh yeah. Okay, we'll just say this one quickly. And we can't even answer the question anyway. I'll just do it just because. Yeah. So, do you have plan to be listed on Binance Exchange? Is to support staking, and do you open for business? Are you open for business partnership? Yeah, we can't talk about exchanges. I mean, of course, we always look for opportunities with exchanges, but yeah, we can't talk about specific exchanges. Is to support staking. Staking will be supported through our website, on our staking portal, and through High Wallet soon. And yeah, so yeah, can't really talk about exchanges too much.
Okay.
And so yeah, I think that can be the last question. Unless anyone else has any other questions, you can list them now. But yeah, if not, let's just wait a minute. Yeah, if not, thanks a lot for joining us today. Feel free to join our Telegram and ask any more questions you have. Our moderators will answer the questions or get them to us. Also, remember to check out the staking program, the early supporter staking program. If you stake sooner, you'll be able to earn more bonus rewards. So that's going to be a big plus. And even if not staking, you can earn rewards basically for doing not much anyway. Just if you have tokens, you might as well. So yeah, check that out through our website, topnetwork.org, and go to our staking portal. And yeah, so thanks for coming, everybody.
Yes,
Have
thanks
a
everybody.
good day, yeah.
Thanks everybody joined today. So is that all?
Yeah.
Goodbye. See you
Bye-bye.
next time.
Okay, let's see.